We live? Okay. I just want to make sure that we live this time because yesterday, y'all missed the whole little intro and I was like, oh, what the hell? So you already know what it does, so you ain't got to ask what it was. It's your man's Mr. Say It 3 times, RJ the poet. You already know it, man. I hope y'all having a wonderful day. Blessed, grateful, and thankful to see it. Making this day yo bitch. Beautifully insightful, then changing history. I'm live back at it again for day 4 of explaining the method of self-healing, self-work, self-care, a method called mirror work, and explaining the principles, the steps, and sharing another 5 affirmations with you that you can use for yourself if you haven't already taken some throughout this series so far. So without further ado, I had a couple notes that I wrote down before I actually jump into the method of explaining that for those who are probably joining in for the first time. What's up, Nelly? And then I just want to share just 2 quick notes real quick, because like I said before, this method is for self-healing and self-care, to build your self-esteem, build your confidence, and to actually find your voice. That's another part of it too. You're finding your voice when you're doing this mirror work. So the first note that I had as I was scrolling through and doing some reading and found a couple different quotables is that self-love is not about searching for new parts of ourselves that need fixing, but rather a lifelong commitment to exploration, grace, nurturing, and realignment. I thought that was dope. I thought that was very powerful. And it's not all about trying to find something that needs fixing. Self-love is just really just you diving deeper into yourself, getting more in tune with yourself, knowing more about yourself, so that way you can know how you interact and how you interact with the world and those around you. You feel me? So I thought that was a powerful quote. I thought that was dope. I saw somebody post that on Twitter and then they shared it on Instagram. So I thought that was a dope quote. And then another note that I have here is what's poppin', CC? Another quote that I found here right before we dive right into it is that healing doesn't have to look magical or pretty. Real healing is hard, exhausting, and draining at times. Let yourself go through it. Don't try to paint it as anything other than what it is. Be there for yourself with no judgment. I thought that was powerful, because in this process of healing, a lot of people think that, it's supposed to be easy like Sunday morning. You feel me? It's just supposed to be smooth sailing and whatnot. But healing can definitely be exhausting, hard, and draining at times. You feel me? Sometimes you're just not in the mood. You feel me? You just find yourself exhausted, like you feel depleted to an extent. And it's just part of the process. Allow yourself to feel how you gonna feel, and then know that you are getting stronger and move forward with that. So yeah, here we are, day 4. Got some more affirmations for y'all. And then again, for those who are jumping in for the first time, for the very, very first time, I'm gonna just go ahead and explain what the method is, where it came from, the principles and steps. So mirror work is a method originally developed by an inspirational teacher by the name of Louise Hay. This woman believed that through healing yourself started with self-work. And most diseases stemmed from rooted from the mental distress of dis-ease. So she felt like, or she believed that to heal yourself started with self-work. And so she came up with this method called mirror work. And the primary purpose of mirror work is to develop self-love, self-care, and a more meaningful relationship with yourself and others. So the principles of mirror work is to use affirmations that feel authentic to you. Again, as I shared before, it is very much important to have affirmations that really fit your mold. You feel me? Everybody different. Everybody got different goals in their life. Everybody are walking different paths in this same journey of life. We're going to all reach the same destination, but we're walking in different paths. So it's important to use affirmations that are very much authentic to you. Second principle is to dedicate at least 5 minutes of your time, 5 minutes of your time every single day. Whether that is in the morning, noon, or night, it's all up to you. What's poppin', Shane? But it's definitely important for you to dedicate at least 5 minutes of your time every single day to this principle, to this work. And the third principle is to do mirror work in private so that you aren't disturbed or feel the need to keep your guard up. Again, you want to be able to just get in a space to where you are by yourself. You can be yourself, your authentic self, by yourself. We be in a lot of different settings where we tend to have different masks on. We have our guards up, and we don't want certain people to see us in certain different elements. Because we feel like we're going to be judged to an extent, and that's okay, you feel me? But the purpose of this work is for you to drop all that and allow yourself to be exactly who you are, your true authentic self, you feel me? If you can't be yourself with yourself, then how you expect to be yourself around anybody else? So do this work in private so that you aren't disturbed or feel the need to have your guard up. Fourth principle: it's okay to feel emotional. Let yourself feel whatever comes up. I love this one because again, it's important to just allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you're going to feel while you're doing this work. When you're sharing these affirmations with yourself and you looking yourself in the eye, you making that eye contact and you're going through the motions, it's important to allow yourself to feel however it is that you're going to feel and just go through it. Just go with the motions. Fifth principle is to keep a journal where you record any notable experiences that you have. And I love that documentation. You feel me? I think that it's important to document your life experiences, just purely because of the fact that we are the best storytellers of our own story. A lot of us, all of us love to tell a story. All of us like to talk about ourselves when the opportunity arises. So document it. Nobody can tell your story better than you. Nobody can talk about your experiences better than yourself. So when you're going through this work, don't just note these experiences for the sake of trying to feel like you're going to share it with somebody later on. Note it down for yourself so that way you can reflect on these experiences that you've had to see the growth that you're having. So keep in mind, when you're creating your affirmations, it's important to keep them phrased in a positive way. You want to keep all your affirmations phrased in a positive light. They don't always have to start with I am or anything like that, as you will see, or as you have noticed throughout these last couple of days. I have shared some affirmations that necessarily didn't start with I am. But it's when you're creating your own, it is definitely important. If you're starting out creating your own, it's nothing wrong with starting with the I am. You feel me? I feel like that is the formula for starting out with a positively phrased affirmation. RN was popping. So the steps, we're going to jump right into the steps. The first step to mirror work is to commit yourself. Commit yourself. Deep changes occur when this is done consistently over a long period of time. You want to commit yourself to yourself on this journey. Simple as that. If you can't commit yourself to yourself, then I'm not going to say you can't commit yourself to anything else, because we commit ourselves to a number of different things in life. We commit ourselves to 9-to-5 jobs, different projects, friendships, relationships, colleague work, stuff like that. We commit ourselves to a number of different things, but I feel like the most important thing and the most important person to commit yourself to is yourself. Self-work is the best work. Self-love is the best love. So commit yourself. And you'll notice over a course of time, when you're doing this work consistently, that changes will occur. And as I mentioned before in the previous note, let me go to it real quick. It doesn't have to look pretty, basically, is what I'm getting at. It doesn't have to look pretty, and it doesn't necessarily have to be magical. It's just going to be is what it is. So the third step for this mirror work is to choose and create your own affirmation. As I've been sharing these throughout this series, this is day 4. If you just take one affirmation a day, you will come up to a point where today you might end up taking one as well, or maybe more, you feel me? But choose an affirmation or create your own. You can tweak any of the affirmations that I share with you. Again, it's all about making it authentic to you. And that's the beauty of it. You feel me? Like, these words or these affirmations, like I said before, they're not mine. You feel me? Like, I write them down and I affirm myself with them, but you can make them yours. You feel me? So make them yours. Tweak them. You feel me? Write your own affirmations down. Make them authentic to you and then affirm yourself with them. Fourth step is to repeat your affirmations with feeling. Repeat yourself. Repeat yourself. Repeat yourself. It's important to do that. I know that I have, my name is Mr. Say It 3 Times, and I feel like this work has aligned itself with my name in a way, because I always tell people to say my name 3 times because it sticks. And with these affirmations, when you're repeating them several times throughout the day in the mirror, when you have opportunities to do it morning, noon, or night, or whatever the case is, when you're at work or wherever you at, they will begin to stick. And then as they stick, they become more believable for you. So repeat them at least 10 times a day, out loud, preferably. In my opinion, I feel like when you say it out loud, it hits different rather than saying it to yourself in your head. When you say it in your head and you look in yourself in the mirror, that might seem a little bit more awkward for you, and that's still fine. You can still do it that way, but I just found it better for me along my journey of doing this. Saying my affirmations out loud to myself in the mirror, eye to eye, has done wonders for me. Being able to hear myself say it to myself, and again, finding my voice in saying these affirmations to myself has done wonders for me. And I feel like it'll do wonders for you too. Be sincere. That's another part of it too. You want to be sincere with yourself. You don't want to, I know some of it might sound like when you're sharing your affirmations with yourself, when you're first starting out, it might not seem as if you're being sincere. You might seem like it's being a little robotic in a way. You know, like you trying to force yourself to do it. But again, that kind of tailors back to it being authentic to yourself, so that way you can feel what it is that you are saying to yourself. Because it's very much true. The affirmations that you're sharing with yourself are very much true. It's just going to take some time before you actually begin to believe everything that you're saying to yourself. Just like you would believe, we believe in God, even though we don't know how. We know that God does work all the time. You know, I believe in God just like how the sun works. You feel me? We don't know how the sun comes up and down and warms us the way that it does, but we know that it's working. Just like I know how God is working every single day, 24 hours a day, in mysterious ways. So be sincere with yourself and look yourself in the eye. I feel like it's very important to do that. That's a very important step in this process, is to look yourself in the eye. We don't tend to make a lot of eye contact when we have conversations with other people, and that can come off like you don't really have high self-esteem or high confidence, not necessarily just in yourself, but just in the things that you're sharing with individuals. When you have eye contact with people, you will notice that people take you more serious. People believe more in what you're saying to them when you're making eye contact with them. And it kind of forces them to make eye contact with you too, and it forces them to engage more with what you're saying because you're looking directly at them. So this step right here, or this process within the step, is very key, because you're making eye contact with yourself and you're practicing that step and that method, so that way when you get in different settings with different people and you're pitching your creative ideas, or you're just having a regular conversation with people about whatever's going on, you making that eye contact with them is going to let them know that you're very much sincere, genuine, and you're serious about what it is that you're talking about. What's popping, Alonzo? And the fifth step is to embrace any emotions that arise. It's okay to feel upset. It's okay to be happy. If you want to cry, then go ahead and cry. It's okay to be upset. It's okay if you want to, you feel me, you want to get it off real quick. It's perfectly fine. Allow yourself to feel how you going to feel and embrace that shit. And then let it go. You feel me? Feel that and then let it go. Don't hold on to it. Keep going. And understand that you are releasing old ways of being, and that is powerful. Self-work, again, is the best work. And a disclaimer for my fellas, like I always share this, and I feel like it's very much important for my fellas to really comprehend this, that we are definitely conditioned. We have been conditioned throughout the course of our lives. Most men, I'm not going to say all men, but I do feel like a good majority of men, you feel me, have been conditioned to perceive that being stoic is the highest measure of manliness. We think that by being stoic, not showing no emotions and whatnot, we are super tough. We the man of the house, or we the man of whatever. We holding it down. You feel me? In which, in actuality, in reality, we are actually being emotionally distant, and we're repressing our emotions, and that displays itself through our relationships that we have, not just with our loved ones, but if you haven't noticed in any of your relationships with intimate relationships that you may have had. It'll definitely show up in relationships with your family, your friends, your colleagues at work, and stuff like that too. And so, again, I really want you, my fellas, to embrace how it is that you feel, and to start with it doing this mirror work, because, again, you're doing this in private. You by yourself. You are allowed to let your guard down and just be you. Nobody's judging you. Nobody's there to judge you. You don't even need to judge yourself. Look and view yourself with no judgment. This is all about you. Self-work. Do you. Embrace that. There's no courage in about avoiding how you feel. Allow yourself to feel, then feel those emotions, and then let them go. you'll be stronger and feel a sense of freedom when you do so. So that was something that those are the steps. I shared the principles and the method of what mirror work is. And I want to get right into these affirmations. But right before I jump into these, I wanted to share with you guys that something that I wrote down earlier. And I'll probably tweak this eventually, but the purpose of this series is to introduce a method of healing called mirror work to those who are familiar with it and explain it for those who have never heard of it before. I wanted to share this with people because I just felt called to do so. I just felt moved to do so. A lot of people have been asking me like, what made me start doing this and why did I start sharing this or whatever the case is. And the real reason why I started sharing this was it started with a chat that I was in on Clubhouse, and they were sharing some affirmations and stuff like that. And then somebody jumped into some poetry. I ended up sharing a poem on the Clubhouse. And then somebody asked me, how is it that you come up with those words? How do you come up with that wordplay, like the rhyming schemes and stuff like that? And you're able to paint this picture. I really admire people who are able to do that. Songwriters and creatives, when they're sharing poetry or their songs, I really admire that. I could not imagine myself doing that type of thing. How do you do it? And my honest and transparent answer with that person was that it's all coming from God. It's coming from the Spirit. You feel me? I feel it. It comes to me. As soon as it hits me, I just write it down. And I just let it flow. I just let the pen flow from there. And then I just give thanks because I honestly don't know how it comes to me. When I think of those stories and when I'm thinking about how it is that I'm feeling or these poems and stuff like that, I just write it out. As soon as it hits me, I just write it out. And so I thought that was very powerful. And then so I saw a tweet in addition to that I was kind of sitting on for about 2 weeks that hit me, but I didn't really, it didn't make me feel moved to do anything at that time. But the premise of the tweet was that for those who have gifts, we all have gifts, by the way, but for those who have gifts, you are doing a disservice to the people when you aren't sharing that gift. So share your gift. Share it with the world. You are doing a disservice to the people when you aren't sharing the gifts that you have. You don't know how many people are going to be inspired or moved with the work that you do. And so I sat on that tweet for about 2 weeks, didn't even do nothing with it because I just saw it and I just kind of disregarded it. But then when I felt like it revisited and like it got repositioned or replaced in my face through that question that person asked me on Clubhouse when they asked me, how is it that I do what I do? How is it that I come up with the poems that I share? How is it that I'm able to share and write the words that I write? And I was just like, I feel like it's a gift from God. And then in me sharing that answer with that person, it had me think about that tweet. And then again, I felt moved with the work that I've been doing, this mirror work. And I was like, you know what? I need to start sharing this without trying to be a perfectionist about it or whatever, you feel me? Just go with the motions and just go through it and just share it and just see how it's going to be received with the people and see who's going to be impacted by it. So I thought that was very powerful, and I just wanted to share that with y'all real quick. So my hope with this series is that those who watch these videos find the information I share beneficial and feel encouraged to practice mirror work for themselves. I really hope that you take heed to anything that I'm sharing with you. You know, take bits and pieces if you need to. If it's not for you right now in this moment in time, that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You feel me? These videos will be up for you. They'll be on YouTube, RJ the Poet. You can subscribe to my channel there, comment and like them whenever you feel the need to. And when you're ready to embark on this journey, these videos will be available for you. There's a number of other videos available describing and discussing what mirror work is too. But if you want to just support me and follow this method in which how I'm sharing this and for basically as an introduction to it, then these videos are available to you. You can definitely chime in and dive deep into it if you like. But that's my hope. I would like for you and want to encourage you to practice this yourself. And then the last note that I had was that I welcome all feedback and look forward to your stories of the experiences that you have embarking on this journey. I'd love for y'all to share any of the experiences that y'all have while y'all practicing this. I feel like that's the greatest reward for me. No monetary amount or anything else for that matter would bring me any more joy than just hearing people share their experiences. Just like how if I was sharing a poem with you at a setting and then somebody's like, wow, that moved me, or that really inspired me, or that really touched me, or whatever the case is. Those are the greatest rewards that any creative can receive, in my opinion. You feel me? That any creative can receive is somebody complimenting or just not necessarily complimenting, but just receiving the message and just saying how much of an impact that it made on their lives. That does something to you. It does something to me, I'll say. For sure, it does something to me. So I welcome all feedback, constructive criticism, of course, and I look forward to your stories of the experiences that you have while you embark on this journey. I look forward to it. Please tap in whenever you can. Just shoot a DM. Or if you got my number, give me a call, shoot me a text. It's all good. I'm down with that too. So yeah, now for these affirmations. I ain't gonna front. I was super hype about this. I know I probably built a little anticipation. I hope I did. You feel me? Sonya was popping. And the first one, man, I freed myself from destructive doubt and fear. I freed myself from destructive doubt and fear. I free myself from destructive doubt and fear. A lot of us tend to suffer from doubt, anxiety, and they be fearful of a lot of different things going on when it comes to a lot of different aspects in your life. You feel me? You might be embarking on a new journey as far as a project that you want to work on. You feel me? For me, when I started writing my book for the first time, when I really started writing my book, I was fearful of how it was going to be received. I was so fearful of completing my book that I stopped writing. I was like, straight up, like I stopped writing altogether. Like I was writing here and there, like journalistically, but not writing for the purpose of my book. That's how fearful I was of how the result or the reaction that I was going to get from my book, because I was more or less comparing myself to other people when they were releasing their books and stuff like that. And it was up to me to really comprehend that I'm not in competition with nobody but myself. And that what's meant for me is meant for me, and what's the message that I'm gonna share that's meant for everybody else. I got an audience too. You feel me? It's gonna resonate with those who it's meant to resonate with. And so I feel like this affirmation is very dope, very powerful. I free myself from destructive doubt and fear. It's important not to doubt yourself. You are the shit. I want you to know you are the shit. Those who are watching this right now, you the shit. You need to know that. You the shit. Don't doubt yourself. Don't be fearful of anything that you want to embark on. Go full throttle, take that risk, take that first step, and start by letting yourself know that you can do it. You are the one. I wrote that down. I love that. Second affirmation, I like short, impactful affirmations. I try to come with one. I try to share the ones that are a little bit more thorough, like the first one, but I also like this one because I feel like it's very simple, very impactful, very powerful. And it is, I am disciplined. I am disciplined. I am disciplined. Very much so powerful, very short, sweet, and straight to the point. A lot of us tend to, when we feel like the tough get going, we just want to stop. But it's that discipline that's going to push you forward. That's going to make you continue to keep going. And then as the result on the other side, that's when you get the greatest results. So I'll use an example. When you're working out a certain muscle, you're doing squats, you're going to the gym for the first time or whatever the case is, you might go there for maybe 2 or 3 days. You go in, you're getting it in, and you get sore. You're like, oh, okay, cool. I went for 3 days. I feel good. I've been doing my thing. And the 4th day or the 5th day, you like, oh, you know what? I didn't went 3-4 days already. I'm cool. You know what? I could take a day off. Or whatever. And let's say you did take that day off. You took that day off, and then that day turned into another day. And then that day turned into another day and another day and another day. And then now you didn't have this momentum shift from you going up on this trajectory up with the workouts that you've been doing. And then it went straight down and snowballed into something else as far as you going right back to your old habits of not doing your workouts. That's where discipline comes in. You discipline yourself to keep going when the going gets tough. I am disciplined. You are disciplined. I love that one. Third one is I am constantly unfolding into the being I am destined to be. I am constantly unfolding into the being I am destined to be. I love that. I love that. We are on this journey through life. And as we continue to evolve, the only thing that has been constant in this lifetime, or the only thing that, if you don't know anything else about me or anything about life, period, we may not know the reason for living or the reason of life or whatever the case is. But one thing for sure that you will know is the only thing that is constant is change. In that change, in that evolution, I'm gonna say it again. Give me 1 second. In that change, in that constant change that you're going through, it's important to know that you are definitely coming into the person that you're destined to be. So that affirmation again is, I am constantly unfolding into the being I am destined to be. I am constantly unfolding into the being I am destined to be. I love that. I just felt that in my soul, and I was just like, I gotta write this. I gotta share this one today. I was like, I gotta share this one today. So that's the third one. The fourth affirmation for today is today. And I feel like this one is important too. All of them are important, but I feel like this one is important for its own reason, like all the other ones, of course, simply because we think about what's going to happen tomorrow. Sometimes we worry about things that happened yesterday, but it's so difficult for us sometimes to focus on what's going on in the now, what's going on today. And I feel like with this affirmation, this is a very good one because it centers you, it grounds you, it places you right back into what's going on today. Excuse me. So today, I'm allowing the energy of happiness to flow through me. Today, I am allowing the energy of happiness to flow through me. Allow it. Allow yourself to be happy. You deserve it. You are deserving. You are worthy of happiness, joy. You are worthy of it. You are worthy of peace of mind. You deserve it. Today, tomorrow, and moving forward. But as far as today goes, and the beauty of it, the beauty of saying this affirmation is that you can say it every day. And that's the beauty of it. You can say it every day, and it will apply every time you say it, because today, I had a poor connection there, sorry. Because today, it will apply every single day, because today I am allowing the energy of happiness to flow through me. It will apply every single day. I love that affirmation. And so the fifth one, the last one that we're going to close out with, again, another short, very impactful, very powerful one. I was so hyped about this one right before I started this live because I had to like really clap it up because I was just like too hyped, because this is one of the many favorites that I have, but this is like, if I have to put like a top 5 or something like that, this is probably my top 3. And this one is, I can and I will. I can and I will. Very simple, very direct, very to the point. I can and I will. You can do anything that you put your mind to. You have the willpower to complete any project that you go after. You have the strength. You can and you will do anything that you put your mind to. Just do it. Just do it. Nothing's stopping you. The only thing that's stopping you, the only person that's stopping you is yourself. Simple. I can and I will, and nothing ain't gonna stop you. Straight up. Nothing. As I shared earlier, the only person that stopped me from writing my book and completing my book, it was me, because of some fear and doubt that I had about myself with relation to comparing myself and all that other stuff that don't even matter. I can and I will. I can and I will. And you can fill in the blanks on the rest, but just know that you can and you will do whatever it is that you want to put your mind to. I can and I will complete my book. I can and I will have a great day today. I can and I will be the best person I can be. I can go out here and be the best me I can be, mind, body, and spirit. I can and I will, because I know it. I believe it. I see it. I feel it. I can and I will. Period. So yeah, I love that, and I hope y'all enjoyed this series so far. And something, if anything else, I hope that you were able to take at least one affirmation a day or more whichever applies to you, and you tweak them in your own fashion, or you just take them for yourself. And like I said before, I ain't hold none of these hostage. These affirmations are for you. These are for you to use whenever you want to use them. I'm very thankful for everybody that chimed in today. I'm grateful for y'all. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I'm so blessed and thankful for the gifts that God has bestowed upon me, and I'm just very grateful, in fact, to be moved to share this with you all. And again, I really hope that this has benefited you in a number of different ways. And I really encourage you to practice mirror work if you haven't already. I'd love to hear some of y'all stories and your experiences on this mirror work whenever y'all ready to share it. You feel me? Y'all don't have to share today or anything like that. Just whenever you feel like you want to share anything like that. It will mean a lot to me, because again, that's the greatest reward that I can receive for doing this work. So I want y'all to have a wonderful day. Stay blessed, y'all, man. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I can't say that enough. Have a beautiful day, because you deserve it, and it is a beautiful day out here. You feel me? Wherever you are in the world, it is a beautiful day because you're alive and you're able to see it. So stay blessed. Make this day your bitch. Beautifully insightful, then change history. I love y'all, and I'll chime in with y'all tomorrow for another 5. Peace.